Hello everyone. So I am Pranav Jain, and in the last video we covered basic operations in linked list like insertion at beginning and then at given position, and similarly for the deletion we did all the operations. And in this video we are going to do some more operations for linked list, and also we are going to learn a new technique called recursion. So let's talk about linked lists, and let's see what if we want to reverse this linked list. We already have a linked list, and now we are given a task of reversing this. Like right now our head is on 0, 0 is pointing to 1, 1 is pointing to 2, 2 is pointing to 3, and 3 is last element pointing to null. Now we want our linked list to be something like 3 should be the head, and 3 should be pointing to 2, 2 should be pointing to 1, 1 should be pointing to 0. How can we do that? So if we see it diagrammatically, what we want to do, let's say this is our linked list 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So what we have to do, we have to unlink this and add a new link, something like this. Remove this link and add a new link to this. Remove this link, add a new link to this, and change our head from first element to this. This should be our head. So for doing that, uh, we would have to think of some way. Let's take variables previous and current and next. These three would be our pointers. Okay, so these three pointers will help us in reversing the linked list according to the current logic I am able to think of. How can we do that? Let me show you with the implementation, and then we can understand that easily. Okay. Let's make a method void reverse list. Okay, now let's take our three pointers. Previous Initially previous will point to null, right? And current would be our head. Okay, and what would be the next? Next, we are not assigning anything, we will assign it later in the loop. So we will loop until our current doesn't reach null. Okay, while current not equal to null, what we will do, we will assign our next variable as current dot next. Okay, uh, I'm sorry, the system just hanged. Okay, so next is equal to current dot next. uh, the next element to the current is our next, simple. And now what should be the current dot next? Now we are reversing the linked list as current dot next equals to previous. Initially previous is null, so for the first element current dot next would be equal to null. Now moving ahead, now we need to increment our pointers. Now first element is done, so previous is not null anymore. Previous would be our current. We are incrementing previous by 1. Okay, the one which is a current is now going to become a previous, and the current will become current dot next, which we already assigned to next, right? So in action, what will happen is, according to our logic, see, so next is equal, right now previous current next are all here on the first node, right? So previous is here before the node, current is here, and next is nowhere right now. We enters the loop, next becomes current dot next. So my next becomes this. This is my next now. Okay, this is my next now. Now what I do, current dot next equals to previous. Current dot next equals to previous means I am saying uh, this should point to null. Okay, so this will point to null. Now we have done our first task. Now we should move the pointers ahead. The previous was initially here in the null. Now previous is going to come at the first node here. Previous will come here, and current will become our next. So this will be our current. Now we again move ahead. Now next is equal to current dot next. Again the next will become this. This will become our next, and our current dot next will become previous. So again we successfully did our relinking, right? We have linked the first element to the second element, and now we shift the pointers ahead. Now previous will become current, and current will become next, right? And similarly we'll keep on moving ahead. At the end what will happen, uh, the next will be the next will be pointing to null here, right? And current will be equal to null. As soon as this happens, we know that this is our first element, and now we have null at both the ends of the linked list. So what we are going to do, we are simply going to say, okay, head equals to this, because previous will become our current, right? And current will become null, which is here. So we have to say this is our new head. So what we have to write here, we will simply write head equals to previous. So this way we can easily reverse our linked list. Let's see how it works. Let's test this out. Ob dot reverse list, and then we'll print it. Alt Shift X J. It is not running. It is, I think it is slow. Yeah. So Initially our linked list was 245 and null. Now it has become 542 and null. Right? So we have successfully reversed our linked list. Now let's uh, let's see a new way of reversing the list. Let's try the recursive way of reversing the list. How can we recursively reverse the list? Okay. When we use recursion, we call the same method again and again and until the exit condition is reached. So recursion use stack. Okay. So we will be using the recursion for reversing the list. Let's write a method for that and you guys would know how it works. Let's name it recursive reverse. Okay. Now recursive reverse will pass something in the argument, let's say node p. Okay. There should be an exit condition. uh, what we are going to do, we are going to recursively call this method as p dot next. Okay. And before this we will write a exit condition. If p dot next is null, what we'll do, that would mean that uh, that would simply mean that we have reached the end of our linked list and we have to assign the last element to head. So we'll do head equals to p and return. If that end node is not reached, we'll simply traverse ahead. What we are doing here, we're just moving ahead in the linked list. P dot next means the next element in the linked list, the next node in the linked list. Okay, so when we reach the end of the linked list, we'll simply return by assigning the last element, last node as head. And then now we'll empty the stack. First we filled the stack with recursively calling this, right? All the elements are filled in the stack. For example, if we had 0, 1, 2, 3, right? So we had a stack. Let me show you here. We had a stack. Let's say this is a stack and first comes 0. We put 0 in here and moved ahead. While we are saying that this is a 0, okay, let's say this is a 0 and now comes 1. Now p dot next is 1. P dot next is not equal to 1 because 0, 1, 2, 3. 3 is our last element. So we put 1, then we put 2, and then we put 3 in the bucket, in the stack. So right now we have all these elements in the stack filled, right? So what we are going to do is after uh, traversing back, after traversing ahead, we are going to traverse back by simply popping the elements from the stack. What we'll do, p dot next dot next equals to p, and we'll simply say p dot next equals to null. What does this mean? Uh, this means, for example, 3 comes first. After 3 is returned, now I am on 2 here. So p dot next equals to p. What does this mean? P is 2, P dot next is 3, its next is null, right? So our P dot next is null, and we are assigning null to we are assigning that to P. That means now this null link will be broken and a new link will be created here, right? And we created a new link, and we are simply going to say p dot next p dot next, which was initially 3, it is going to be null. Now 3 and 2 are linked, right? Now comes 1. When 1 comes, p dot next, p is our 1, and p dot next is 2 dot next is null. So what we'll do, we will break this link. First we will say yes, p dot next should not be null, it should be p. So we again relink it to 1 here, and now p dot next equals to null. We break this link and we say p dot next equals to null. Similarly, we'll do the same for whole the array, and we will just simply reverse it using the stack. So this is the logic behind reversing the linked list using recursive method. We can check this also. Ob dot recursive reverse. Initially we'll say head, ob dot head. Ideally this set should be private, and we should not be able to this set should be private and we should not be able to access it this way. We should create a method peek which would return the head of the linked list. But for now, let's proceed this way. Dot print, and let's run this. Okay. So initially our linked list was 542 null. Now after recursively reversing, we get 245. So our recursive reverse is working fine. Let's practice a bit more about recursion. So let's write a recursive print. How can we print a linked list recursively? That's very simple. Private void recursive print. How can we reverse it? If we would have to add an argument here, note p, suppose. So p if p equals uh, if p is not equal to null, what we will do, we will simply print it we will simply print p dot data and just little formatting. Okay, and we'll recursively call again p dot next. Okay, so this way we can recursively print our linked list. Let's check this. Let's replace this by recursive print. and pass ob dot head. Okay, let's run this. You guys can see 245 and we haven't write null here. Why? Because this will cause an error. Let me show you what will happen if I do this here. You guys can see what is happening. This system.out.println is basically being stored in the stack for each method call, and it is being called here. But what if I add else here? Else, then it will work just fine. I think you guys are getting good grasp of this recursive. Let's just refine our recursive knowledge with one more method. Let's recursively print the linked list but in reverse order. Like I'm not reversing the linked list. My linked list would remain 0123 or 245 only, but I will print it in the reverse order 542. So there is no big change in here. It is very same to recursive print. The only change would be, you guys must have guessed by now. Let's name this recursive reverse print, and the only change would be this recursive reverse print method. Recursive call will come before the we printed. So first we will traverse to the end of the linked list, and then using our stack we'll start printing our data. We can also test this out. Let's check our method recursive reverse, and let's run this. 542 and null is coming for the very first time. So why is this happening? When the very first time the recursive method comes with head s5 s2, then 2 is not equal to null, it will call the recursive reverse print, right? But but when we traverse back, when because we are printing it in the reverse order, so first of all this else condition will be printed, and then this sysout will be printed. So let me just simply remove it. Or let's just say this. So we have got our linked list as 542. Got it? So that is all for this video, and in the next video we'll be implementing stacks.